the budget. We started with nothing in Fanyudu. The same thing with Dima. The same thing here with Isoke. So we want to take this, I want you to take this with you, wherever you go. To go and start with an empty place. But من محل ما فوق أي حاجة. فنوم ساكن محل ما فوق أي حاجة. And build something.
Ran bolwe na poli, ran bolwe na koi, ran bolwe na poli. Kunari pu hirimin, kala hi nura wanga, kran lelmo.
This is important. This is the message I really want to leave with you in this graduation. That amshu fi mahalat ma fawqa haja ubada haja, because we have no other choice. See, the whole Sudan has really been based on a fiction, on deception. Hakuma is considered to be something that has a heap of resources, a heap of money, under gurush, under imkaniyat. And then people want to take min al-Hakuma. People want to loot. People are using yeshilu min al-Hakuma. And this is, there is a contradiction here. See, Hakuma, there is no Hakuma and Sha'ab. Sha'ab mindu hajat. Sha'ab faqira. Hakuma ma mumkin yakun andu hajat. Because where else will it get things from? It is from the people, it is from production, men in touch, that al-Hakuma balga resources. Because Hakuma in and of itself has nothing. We know Hakuma, what is it? The Mondidindi, where is it? There is nothing. There is a government, a people that is poor has a poor government. A people that is weak has a weak government. These are natural facts. Because where else will things fall from? فإلى الناس ينتجوا, then they will have a strong government. It is not the other way around. Our concept of government has been a powerful thing, under hajat, and people want to benefit from it. Should be the other way around. It is the people who must be very productive in order to make the government strong. There is no any other way. And this is the problem that is haunting many underdeveloped countries, because the administration, al-idara, public administration, has become the biggest industry in many African countries, including the Sudan. It absorbs a very big portion of the gross national product. Administration should facilitate production. It should provide a conducive atmosphere. It should provide a situation for production. For the new Sudan, beginning with the movement now, because there should be no fussle between the movement and the new Sudan. It is the movement that merges into the new Sudan. Mafi Zaman Tani, where we will say, Mafi Zaman Tani, Nena Khalas, Wasalna New Sudan. No, the movement develops into the new Sudan. We are actually already in the new Sudan. Mafi Zaman Tani Begi. So, the new Sudan and the movement now must be based on concrete production, on real production. We must produce things. Otherwise, we will have no future. Now, by saying that, let us start with nothing. and get a lot. This can be done. Some of these places are very productive. Korchuma is very productive, Marua is very productive, the area between Rad and Fashala is very productive. This is alluvial soil from the Buma Plateau. Anything can grow there. If you grow sesame, simsim has a good international market. Last time, as Comrade Dengar, they produced Mia Shual, but a simsim, they had a force of about 400 people, recruits, and they were working only with their hands. Mafi makana, mafi tractor, mafi even a plow pulled by oxen. And they managed to produce Mia شوال بتاع سمسم. واحد شوال كان 400 بر. One sack بتاع سمسم is 400 بر. Now, if you produce 1,000 sacks, and this is quite feasible, then you already have 400,000 bir, which is $200,000 for 1,000 sacks of simsim. So if you produce 10,000 sacks, then you are already talking about $2 million US, and you can sell it. We can sell it in the international market because it has a market that does not fail. It has very high demand for the last 10 years. So with the production of near alf shual bita simsim, and we can do this. See, we can get $20 million, and we return this back into the areas where it got produced, so that the people who produced it, their children live better, because it is not going to. This production is not for the movement. I want this organized for the people themselves. Al-Nas al-Fil Mantakada. So they open their own school. They have a health clinic. They have a small shop where they get imkaniyat with $2 million US. It can develop that small place very effectively, and you will have GNP, gross national product per capita, according to this, will be ajabita $500 firas on the average. The next year you improve. The next year you improve. Uday how development that? This is the meaning of development. There is no any other way we are going to do it. Nobody is going to come from outside to give us loans, to give us aid. Kalam de mafi. When they come to give you aid, they come to give you aid in order to take more from you, and you become poorer as a result. So we want to organize from scratch, develop from scratch. And this is possible. We have shown it. For 7 years we have waged warfare without being assisted reliably by any power, by any superpower. Nas UNITA, Nas Renamo get lots of assistance. Nas Mujahideen for Afghanistan, they get lots of money from the United States. The United States gives UNITA millions and millions of dollars per year just to maintain that guerrilla movement. Nobody gives us anything. And we have maintained ourselves for 7 years. Garang one mark and one mark more teaching.
Moki chile te Finga tolonge jang jwaje garang ine mata min nyan ye finga tolonge jang jwaje garang di so go chong wote ko de ko ge
ako ko ngoto ba ya this is just an example of sesame, which is a cash crop. But we can produce enough for our domestic consumption. That is, these units, these units in these places, these people so organized, can produce enough to eat, can produce enough cash crops for themselves. In Buma, I gave orders last time to Comrade Bolmadu to make 500 beehives. And في عسل في Buma. And that one has a guaranteed market, because the Ethiopians make marisa isumatach from asal, and they will continue to drink touch. So they will find a market. Mabakarab, and a barrel of asal will bring lots of income. And then it will be used for the development, for the improvement of the local population in those areas. There is no reason, for example, to stay in Itang, in Fanyudu, when we have an area bigger than Uganda, Munu, who is going to develop this place? In the recommendations of your deployment, we had put some in Itang, Fanyudu, Udima. Then I thought over it and say, but why should people be going back to refugee camps? People instead should be coming from the refugee camps to the liberated areas, Ashanamul development, because we have an area to develop. So we have lots of challenges. And there is nobody else to do these things for us except ourselves. The laws, which will govern this, the plans. There is nowhere else these things are. There is no place they are going to come from. They are not going to ooze out from my mind or from anybody's mind. It is you, by grappling with problems, by finding problems and trying to solve those problems and succeeding to solve those problems. Then you come out with procedures, with ways to do things. You come out with laws. You come out with regulations. There is no any other way you are going to get political structures, economic structures, administrative structures, except your own practical activity in the field, which then gets translated into guanin. Guanin will not fall from the sky. Yomdag, we took over the old Sudan from the British, Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. They had their own difficulties. They had difficulties to pacify the Sudan. So they fought wars. They fought wars in Aliab. They fought wars in Nuer area, Nazmundang, Gwagmundang. They fought wars in Didinga. They fought wars in Zande. They fought wars in the Nuba Mountains to establish an administration. And from this they developed a system which is called the Anglo-Egyptian Condominium, Elia Guanin, with the Anglo-Egyptian Sudan. From their own experience, which they brought from England, from Britain, and from the difficulties which they found in the field, ala tatbiq bita colonialism bito. When the Sudan became independent in 1956, we took this over, and we made slight changes here and there. When we came to the bush in 1983, we did not have a single paper. Warak wahid kida maf. Because when the Sudan became independent country, في أرنيك بتاع إجازة أنت تملأ، في أرنيك بتاع مرض صباح، في قوانين بتاع قتمايا، there are all sorts of regulations that we inherited from the colonial administration. The SPLA did not inherit anything from anybody. We had to start from scratch. So we are in that process of building from anew. So as you go to the field, you will be confronted with practical difficulties. you will find that there are no regulations. Mafi written regulations. Guanin Mafi. We wrote only one disciplinary law of Senate Alada Utamanin, and that is inadequate. It does not cover lots of civil cases. And then people say, we know al Guanin. When you are Guanin, you ask yourself, who are you asking? You are the movement. So what should happen is that you, in your place of work, confronted with that challenge, sit down as that council or as that committee, and make your own laws, make them into recommendations, forward them. We will study them, we will approve them, and they will become laws of the new Sudan. Not with any other way we are going to do this. For any courses. So we want this autonomous development, a local initiative. I'm quite satisfied with the work Comrade Kwaldam has done in this place to convert it into a real institute. It is an example, as I said before, of initiative. For each and every one of you, mahal could interfogo, amshi amul zeda, and then all of us as a result will go ahead by our individual initiatives combined. The whole movement will go ahead. The new Sudan will be born much more quickly. The process will expedite itself. So we are going to concentrate the resources of the political school here, the GIS and political school. We'll concentrate instead of Nawaz'u wide and far, and then they gather no more. We want to concentrate so that we can see something tangible, a tangible result. This is what we have been doing in beating the enemy in many places. Then we are like the cat. We take the little that we have, and we cut it. And these are the tactics of a poor person, of a weak person. So the little resources that we have, we concentrate them in one area so that it shows. So we are going to concentrate on Taurit and Kapoita districts so that development shows here. And then we use this as an example in the other areas. So we will concentrate the GIS and political cadres in these two places. When we graduate again next time, we'll concentrate them again, let us say, on Yerul Bor and P-Bor. Next time we concentrate them in another area, and we move like that, like a flood. Machine. So wherever you are going to work, it is necessary to do your task there, knowing that your task adds to the overall success of the movement, to the overall success of the Sudanese people. We will concentrate schools, education. This is an important activity for guaranteeing the continuity of the revolution. We must concentrate on the younger generation عشان يكون مواصلة للحركة. Schools like in Fanyudu, Dima, we will start to phase them out, phase them into the Sudan, because if we get international assistance coming, for example, through Kenya, then there is no reason why we should be sitting in Dima or in Fanyudu. We can get the same assistance here, and over a period of not say 2 years, we will become self-sufficient. Uday our development betal billet. So as a start, for example, we will build 12 schools between the Kenyan border and Kapoita. 12 schools بتاع جيج أحمد. I went and begged some zinc, so there will be permanent structures. We'll We'll get zinc at least for 84 classrooms in these 12 different places. We will make tube. Tube is just the ardea betana de yaube haragu, and it is tube. So there is really nothing to it. So we'll get our construction workers. Some of you are in construction here and will be assigned to that task, so that the children must go to school, because this is the future of the Taposa. It is not, the future of the Taposa is not in the shop where they are in now. It is in the schools. And if they need to be forced to put their children in school, we will do this. I was put in school by force. Kudana fi madrasa be zindia. My hands were tied, my legs were tied. Rumana fi komar gadim bita Ingilizi yomdak. It started to go around, and I saw everything was running. The trees were running. The dunia kula kanjari. From Paleau to Bor, in a very short time, I had no sense of time. Galinta was all to Mading. I used to hear only about Mading fi Mura. From there, I was put to Wabur. The following day, I was put to Wabur, Le Chambre. The Kulubes India. It was not my will, nor the will of my parents. For me to go to school. My cousin used to threaten me when I was in the steamer because I wanted to jump and swim. For a girl, you see, when the Wabur can if it banks against the river bank, can mashi girl mashi shana akul geshu bakula yal sukar. So I will run under the sarir, but Wabur until we reach Shambe. And when I reached Tonya, I escaped from Tonya Galan Raja Lebor. For if there is nothing wrong with putting children in school for their own good. We now have in Buma 765 children. Beta Kashivo Murule beta Ngalam. Ngalam means the Nas beta Buma. But Nas beta Ngalam in the future are the ones who are going to benefit from the education. Because the children are now in class 4. We started the school there 4 years ago. And in Buma, Tahid Buma 4, Kul Andum 765 students. The Kashivo who have never gone to school before have more than 200 of their children fil madrasa in Buma. And they have accepted the school. It is the shifts that are Biasur al-Yala Shaniji madrasa. And we want this fundamental change. We want this revolutionary change in all our people, all over the areas that we go to. So we will concentrate. We will concentrate development resources and put these children in school. They are mustaqbal bita halum, they are mustaqbal bita al-balad. And some of you will be engaged in this revolutionary work to see to it that these schools are built, to see to it that Riyal bita halna fil balad go to school, so that we have a great society. We cannot build a great Sudan without educated people. Lazim Nakuriyal fil madrasa. They are our future engineers. They are our future doctors. They are our future researchers. And we are going to implement this. If we don't, it will not finish in our lifetime, but our children will take it up, and we will go ahead and become a great power here in Africa. Nana Balad Kabir. This is the nature. I'm saying this because I'm explaining the nature of your deployment. We will soon come to this. That the tasks which you are going to do will be different from what you are used to. They will be like what you have been doing here in Isoke political school. That is, you will be put in a place where you are asked to play initiative, to do things by yourself, and your comrades that are working with you. And we have lots of these things that we can do. We can, and then we talk about tea for Patalanga. We can rejuvenate this. We have coffee in Western Equatoria. We have sesame. We have asal. We have the Face Foundation. We want to maximize activity having gone away from the military because Al-Jaish is finished here. There's nothing to liberate in Eastern Equatoria. What we need to do is to keep the enemy far away, and we are doing this. We cannot defend Eastern Equatoria from Eastern Equatoria. We go and attack other places so that we secure Eastern Equatoria and we develop Eastern Equatoria. When we take the South as a whole, and we are going to take it this year, Nene Bishilo Juba, Nene Bishilo Wow, Nene Bishilo Juba, Nene Bishilo Wow, Nene Bishilo Malakal, Bread War Zone 1, Nene Bishilo Junub. And leave it behind us. And as I said during the lectures, consolidate development there. And there is Manfinas and into Miao, you will be the ones to do this development. You are the cadres of the new Sudan. Into Miao Biamul development there. And we consolidate. We consolidate in War Zone 2. We will establish a strong presence in Darfur. And there are comrades from Darfur who are already here. We are training them now in Bonga. Some of them are already moving with me in my headquarters. We will create a sufficient force to go to Darfur and establish a strong SPLA presence there. They are actually already there. Nazbita Darfur. They sing SPLA Al-Banat when they go to get water. They are singing SPLA songs in Darfur now.
Yes, we shall win.
Some comrades from Darfur just came to Addis Ababa. They are now in Addis Ababa. They came there about a week ago. They were thinking of setting up a movement in Darfur. We have talked with them, and they have agreed that there was no necessity to form another movement in Darfur, that the SPLA is sufficient. And so they will organize as part of the SPLA. They are now on the way. They are coming to me so that they formally join the movement. So we are sure of a strong presence in Darfur. The people on their own have set up SPLA cells in the villages. Ujama Atayin. And they send us the messages, girl into Mbejimiten, girl Tayin Jahis. So with a strong presence in Darfur, and we are actually a big step forward. I've just received news from Comrade Awed that Kanfi Sultan, Isumedidi, we know Wako, Wagu, so Didi Sumedidi Munu? William Didi Munu? Bonia. I thought the Lagos. Ukanja, he trained in Bilpam, and he went back to Comrade Awed, and Comrade Awed sent him to the area with the task force, and he went and mobilized the people in Raja. So we have now captured them Zubair. Captured them Zubair, Malda Tanism Yakulu. Yabulu. We have captured them Zubair, Yabulu, and Sopo. So we have only Raja Yafadol in Akbarao. So Sikabatana, Darfur is already open. We go through Raja, from there we go through Central Africa, and we are easily in Darfur. We consolidate in Darfur. Consolidate there. We consolidate in southern Blue Nile. For, as I said last time, with our strong presence in Darfur, our strong presence in Kordofan, our strong presence in Ngasna, and with the South liberated, nobody can defeat us. Galda Zol Munu ma maruf tani.